Hey guys, welcome in. My name's Kat. This is my channel, Pure Premonitions. Blow. We're getting rid of old energy. We're knocking on the door to your spirit guides. And you're going to ask your questions and we're going to see what comes up. I'm just getting over a bit of a cold. So sorry if I'm sniffly. But I think most of the congestion is gone. The last few days were the worst of it. I was actually able to get out of the house today, do some hot yoga, sweat it out. I went to my friend's art event, which was really cool because they did sound bowl healing, and then we set our intentions for the new year and created some symbols and painted some mandalas, which was fun. It's always good to do something different. Okay, so let's see what's going on. For Fridays, I always do a twin flame reading, so this is going to be love-based. If you've never heard the word twin flame before, maybe this reading's for you, maybe it's not. You never know. The difference between a twin flame and a soulmate. So soulmates is two separate souls find each other, usually in multiple lifetimes, and they always have experiences and lessons to learn together. So very similar to a twin flame, but it's usually not as easy as a soulmate journey. And twin flames were actually the exact same soul that separated into two separate bodies so they could get double the experience. And then when they come together, it's like magical fireworks. No, it's not always that nice and pleasant. It's actually a much harder journey than the soulmate one, where it's more of a dark night of the soul. So people have to go really deep and inward on this soul-searching self-expression and find themselves before they can come together in union. So that's the difference. But anywho, let's get going. What's been going on in your twin flame and use life? Okay, in the recent past, we've been working hard. Somebody's looking for this long-term view. We've got some perseverance here with the Seven of Pentacles. We've been working pretty diligently. The masculine depicted here, though, doesn't seem super satisfied. In fact, he's actually pretty melancholy if you check out his facial expression. Sometimes it doesn't focus. Apologize. It's like he's put in all of this hard work in his life, but he's not truly seeing the rewards for it yet, or the investment. And it can be difficult to sustain these results. But this is ruled by Taurus, an earth sign, so it is all about grounding into this energy. You possibly have to lose a bit of control in order to regain it. It's all about learning choices, responsibilities, and mastery of yourself, getting past the illusions of myths and secrets that you're, self-deceiving or to others. Really being truthful about this work that's got to be put in. Okay, and then our present position, the Page of Wands in reverse. So somebody has a lack of direction here and they're procrastinating. That usually creates an internal conflict, potentially an external one with your partner, based off of self-limiting beliefs. You're obviously both on this spiritual path, finding this direction in the quest, but we're a little lost right now, right? With this Explorer in the reverse. Good thing is, just because the cards are in reverse doesn't mean that it's the total opposite meaning of the cards. It's just basically a road sign to get back on track. So it's like little messages from your spirit guides, your ancestors, the higher power, whatever that is for you, your source, that's letting you know, hey, you might not be on the right path. Let's get going, turn around, go over there. Find the inspiration and free your spirit, because this is all about the excitement of the exploration and finding your freedom through this. Fire and earth. We like that. Okay. And our future placement. The King of Swords. So there's still a lack of clarity in the future. We're still seeking our internal truth. This king, whether you're the feminine or the masculine identifying as the king, may feel a bit weak, could even resort to acting callous. It's like they have a loss of their emotional control. On the far end of the spectrum, they could even use manipulation or just a misuse of their power. But when the King of Swords is in the upright position, he's a very disciplined but truthful and honest king. He's got full mental clarity, and he knows how to wield this mentality. So somebody's head is not over their heart, but it doesn't appear that we're using our heart or our head right now. Okay. And then in our future place, or excuse me, our what's at hand placement. So this is like an overall view of everything. Oh, the moon in reverse. A lot of reversals today, you guys. Okay. We need to release some fear here. Someone is definitely repressing emotions. There's a lot of darkness and insecurities. When I see the moon in reverse, it's like the illusions. There's a veil over us. We don't quite know our path yet. We're still dealing with a lot of internal confusion, which is definitely probably going to project into our outside world and relationships. And that can all be misinterpreted because it's probably not based off of what you're really thinking and feeling, right? It's ruled by Pisces, the water sign. So a lot of emotions here to unpack. Yeah, we've got to let go of those insecurities and fear. Numbers. The number 7 could be significant. Also 18, which boils down to a 9, which is all about transformation. Being selfless in this. You're completing a cycle, which is really important. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I like to get a little bit more clarity with some oracle cards because they'll tell me more so what's going on. Not so mysterious of a message like the tarot, but using the, a card flew out. Using the oracle and the tarot cards together definitely helped me get an overall view. Mistakes. Wow. Yeah, I knew it. We have a lost soul here. Somebody's really feeling like they, made a mistake. They're playing a little bit of victimhood and they're lost. Look at, we've got that moon sign here too. Blackbirds may be of significance. Crows, ravens. It's like the unseen. I actually think that they're very beautiful, majestic creatures. They're usually in like horror films, be very ominous, but that's not at all how I see them in real life. They're such intelligent creatures. And it's like this internal knowing that they have, that they're definitely connected to source energy. And that's what's looming above this lost child's head here. It's like they've, their internal knowing has the mental clarity to guide them, but they're still just feeling like it's outside of themselves because they're just harping on the past with these mistakes that had happened. This is the card that's pulled for our past position and our mental position. So it's always past and mind, present and physical, future and soul. So yeah, somebody definitely made some mistakes in the past that they are feeling like this about. This is how they're feeling. They made some mistakes. And they're just working hard now, kind of looming on those mistakes that they made. A bit of victim in this case. Okay. Let's keep going. I looked at the bottom of the deck, so I just want to tell you guys, this person's daydreaming, fantasizing and imagining you. Purple roses could be significant, or purple may be somebody's favorite color. I know it's mine. But they're in fantasy about what could have been, you know? Okay, and in the present, perspective. So they're gaining perspective, which is really good, or you're gaining perspective. We've got this beautiful, I'm not quite sure if it's a sunrise or a sunset here. Maybe either, whatever's more significant for you. But happiness is coming through with this perspective. It's like they're clearing their headspace. And they're recognizing that they're starting to become better off now with this new perspective. They're on a journey for sure. Look at this person's got a backpack on. I love this with the Page of Wands. So even they feel, lost on this journey, they're still finding the perspective that they needed. They're clearing their head, which is exactly what they knew was going to happen, really. Okay, let's keep going in our future placement over the King of Swords. Ecstasy. So even though they're feeling this loss of control, they're chasing the thrills. There is some excitement and good times in our future placement. We like that. Who doesn't like a little bit of ecstasy? I'm not talking about the drugs, kids. I was all part of the DARE program. Oh, showing my age. Okay. And our future, I always say future placement. It is our what's at hand placement. So the energy for the obstacles that you're facing in the current position right now. Releasing. So this is all about releasing the old perspectives and the mistakes, letting go of the insecurities and the fear, and recognizing that they were needed to guide you on this new journey towards this new perspective. Letting go, moving on, and walking away, releasing. So yeah, this is what one of the parties was really focusing on for this time being with the moon here. But this has caused them some internal confusion, some misinterpretation into the relationship, and it has led them through some darkness, which I get totally, because this is all a fogged out, like, it looks like window or of a car, right? It's like you can't quite see the road that you're on right now because we're dealing with the darkness of letting go and moving on and not quite releasing these fears yet, or repressing these emotions by walking away. When instead of repressing these emotions, right, we should have made it very clear and followed our instincts, followed the path lit up by the moon, and then we could clear this fog and find our way, right, on that path. Okay. Interesting. Let's keep going. I always like to do two. Actually, let me do this one. This is my Twin Flame Awakening Path Tarot deck. I always like to do two tarot decks. You never know, maybe some of the same cards will pop up twice. And then we could really get a good, clear view of what's happening. Oh, another one flew out at me. The moon again. And it flew out at us, you guys. Wow. That's definitely for the what's at hand, since it flew out at me. I usually put the ones that fly out off to the side, but I'm going to place that over. The moon is clarifying the moon. And it's ironic is that the moon was first in reverse, but now with this new perspective, it's in the upright. So we're still dealing with these hidden emotions and illusions, right? Clearing out the confusion and the secrets. And even though these are uncertain waters, so to speak, you see all of the waters being guided, the tide by the moon. The path is being illuminated. So this uncertainty is going to reveal itself in the future and guide you on the right path beyond all of the hidden secrets and confusion. How beautiful. Double 18, so that is a doorway number. Anytime I have the same numbers on either side of each other. So 1818 or 9 and 9, you're walking through. So someone is completing this journey, this stage, this old cycle that really needed to be completed. And that is a beautiful thing because that means that they are releasing, right? Okay. Our past. The Knight of Pentacles. Practical and reliable energy. It's like a slow and steady. He's one of the slowest knights in the deck. We've got a snail on the card. But it is committed and patient. A bit of a conservative energy. So I like this hardworking Seven of Pentacles, masculine depicted here. And then this past mistakes card with the child, like dealing with these mistakes and insecurities from, could be your inner child, could be traumas and triggers from childhood that are still presented in today's and in the recent past. But this child is becoming the Knight of Pentacles. So he is learning these lessons slowly and steadily, but in a practical, reliable manner. So he could eventually be this hardworking, committed, patient, yet conservative knight to be able to offer some kind of foundation with the pentacles, right? We love this. So this is what this masculine obviously knew that they needed to do, or who was ever identifying as the masculine knight in this pull. Okay, we've got the Chariot on the bottom of the deck. So that's what you don't see coming. Somebody's definitely reaching towards this success here. They are moving forward. We like that. We could potentially be moving forward towards you with some determination here. It's in the upright. And again, the number 7 is coming up, another doorway. So definitely 7 and 7, the doorway of opportunity is here. And somebody's going to be moving forward fast. We love that. Okay. Over the perspective, we've got the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. This is my card of fate. So since it's in the reverse, it's telling me that the fate kind of feels unknown. Obviously, that's how fate works. It is all about positive changes and cycles. It may not feel positive though, since it's in the reversal. So again, I'm just getting Dark Night of the Soul. This is when time kind of collapses on itself. Everything seems to be going wrong or just not as planned. You possibly are going through a bit of depression and darkness, but it's all for this reason. You know, you're finding yourself through these changes. You have to go through these cycles to understand your fate, to get on the right path for this new journey, because 10 boils down to a 1, which is all about new beginnings. And through this Dark Night of the Soul with the Wheel of Fortune, you're gaining this new perspective. You're clearing your head in order to find this happiness and to find your way on this spiritual path and this journey ahead. Finding true direction. You're always guided. This is what your fated, destiny is all about. Okay, and then our future placement. 10 of Cups. That's like one of the happiest cards in the deck, you guys. It's all about family, reunion, harmony, emotional stability. We've got 2 glasses of wine here. I'm not a drinker, but it always just does seem beautiful. A picnic outside with 2 glasses of wine. Look at that sunshine. You feel the warmth and the happiness coming off this card. And 10 of Cups is ruled by all the water signs. So any of the water signs are relevant here. You've definitely got happiness in your future. We've just got to go through a bit of this darkness and these changes that might not seem so positive right now with the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, but it's all about finding this new perspective. And then you're going to come into this ecstasy of happiness and love and success with the 10 of Cups. Yeah. You just have to lose this this fog, this mental clarity that's not quite there, and recognize that, because this is in the soul space, the soul placement. So it's like somebody's trying to use logic and um, sword energy, which is all about mentality. They're trying to use logic where they have to find it through soul searching. You're not going to find it up here in your head space. You're going to find it in here with your heart and your soul. And that's when you come into ecstasy, love, and success with this harmony of all of this energy coming through. Beautiful. And then one more to clarify the present situation. Oh, I pulled from the bottom of the deck, which this Chariot came through again. So it's really telling me success is like wanting to come through. Somebody's wanting to move forward and fast. We love that. 4 horses, and we're coming into the year of the horse. This is gorgeous. And I just said yesterday in my teacup, I said, oh, I see this, the Roman crown of foliage, of leaves. This is exactly what I saw in my teacup yesterday. So this Chariot energy is definitely coming through strong. Okay, but let's pull this. The 5 of Pentacles. So somebody's still dealing with some isolation and abandonment issues. They're struggling because, potentially because they're unemployed or just dealing with some kind of hardships. Very cold energy, which is ironic because, not ironic, nothing's ironic, just because we're, still in winter right now. So yeah, they're feeling very cold and isolated, dealing with this struggle alone. You see this person is all by themselves down here. Yeah. Since it's Pentacles, 5s are all about challenges with this foundation or stability that they've been trying to create. Maybe they haven't yet, so they just feel very insecure or down and out about it, sad that they don't have this financial stability yet. It doesn't have to mean like fully unemployed. It could mean like, you're not happy with your job situation right now, or you just haven't gained as much financial freedom as you would like right now. But it doesn't matter. This determination, this success is still moving forward with this Chariot that wanted to pop out twice. So you've got to get past these, this confusion, these hidden illusions and secrets and uncertainty. Like, yeah, of course, we all go through struggles sometime, but you've got to release that, right? This is all about releasing that energy and moving forward, walking away from those old thought processes, old cycles, old belief systems that you're not worthy enough, or you're not good enough, or you're not capable enough. Like, that's not true. Okay. Let's keep going. Okay. I'm going to pull, sorry guys. I'm going to pull one message from your twin flame, and then I'll do a part 2, because I always like to do extra long reading for my twin flame collective, just to go a little bit more in depth. But I always like to give you a message from your twin flame. So this may be what they're thinking, what they're feeling here currently in the 3D world, and maybe what they're feeling and thinking in the 4 or 5D realms. Like, they're not even really fully conscious of it yet, but their higher selves, their higher being is, and it's what they want to tell you. It's what they've been feeling. It's just, it's truth. Okay, this one. You need to trust our higher selves. What did I just say? They know exactly what situations and experiences will bring us back into union. That's the hardest thing for me to do, guys. Just trust. That's what it is. That was one of my words today when I did my manifestations for my mandala painting. Just trust. Trust in divine timing, in the universe. This is what it's all about. Your higher selves know exactly what experiences you need to have in order to come back into union. So that's that, you guys. I'm going to go a little bit more in depth in part 2. Okay, love you. Again, my name's Kat. This is my channel, Pure Premonitions. If this resonated, please follow, subscribe, like, share. Hype your girl. Okay, I love you guys. Bye.